You've probably heard of or used Spotify, the world's biggest streaming service. And if you've used Spotify, then chances are you've had a "what the heck is this terrible song" moment while listening to one of their many algorithmic playlists, such as Discover Weekly, Radio, Daily Mix, On Repeat, etc. How does Spotify sometimes get our music taste so wrong when recommending us new music? Especially since it knows exactly what songs and artists we actually like. Spotify uses different types of algorithms to figure out what kind of music to recommend you. And for many, it could be that you're accidentally lying to Spotify about what you actually like. Most people don't know that Spotify has a 30-second rule. If you listen to a track for more than 30 seconds, Spotify assumes that you like that song and changes what it recommends you based on that. So whenever you don't feel like getting out of the shower to change that annoying song on a playlist, or you're across the house eating cookies and don't run back to turn off that song you hate, you're telling Spotify, "Please sir, I want some more bad music." The 30-second rule is a small part of Spotify's collaborative filtering algorithm, also known as the Netflix approach, a process where Spotify recommends you songs based on what other users with your similar taste are listening to. Basically, Spotify goes, if user A likes these 3 songs and user B likes these 2 songs, but they haven't heard the third one yet, then they'll probably like it. Spotify assumes that 2 songs are similar if 2 similar users listen to them, and assumes that 2 users are similar if they listen to the same songs. This might seem like the perfect way to recommend music, but its biggest problem is that it has difficulty taking into account some people's incredibly diverse musical tastes. Many users might listen to certain songs by both Beyoncé and the band Queen, but Beyoncé and Queen are not really similar artists at all. The odds that people will like both artists are lower than the odds that people will like just one of them. So, in recent years, Spotify says that it has moved away from this type of consumption-based filtering and now focuses more on playlists, assuming that 2 songs are similar if a user puts them on the same playlist. Spotify's system uses a sample size of around 700 million user-generated playlists to help determine recommendations based on how much time, love, and care users put into making those particular playlists to make sure recommendations are high quality. But here, we've run into a similar problem as before. Even with all of this data, it can be hard for Spotify to take into account something like the fact that many people have playlists for different occasions. And within those playlists, the songs are typically of totally different genres. Think about it. You probably have a separate playlist for the gym, chilling out, sad songs, happy songs, love songs, all different playlists that are compiled mainly for their vibe or energy, with the songs having little correlation to each other besides the fact that you just like them. Interestingly enough, Spotify does actually have 3 metrics that they use in their content-based filtering algorithm that analyzes music according to vibe. One is danceability. It describes how suitable a track is for dancing based on musical elements such as tempo, rhythm, beat strength, and overall regularity. 2 is energy, which measures intensity and activity based on the track's dynamic range, perceived loudness, and timbre. 3 is valence. Basically, tracks with high valence sound more happy, while songs with low valence sound more sad. This content-based filtering algorithm is where Spotify uses a bunch of different categories to uniquely describe a track. As soon as a track is uploaded to Spotify, an algorithm reads all the metadata provided for the track, things like track title, the artist name, genre, record label, language. This part really has nothing to do with the sounds of the music, it's just word information. In step 2, Spotify analyzes the raw audio of the song and categorizes it into 12 different sonic categories. How Spotify actually does this raw audio analysis is still a mystery. Just like why Spotify is recommending me Alvin and the Chipmunks' greatest hits, the world may never know. Overall, while the playlist approach can give insight into why 2 similar songs are put together, such as they're on a love playlist, so they're about love, it doesn't really do much in helping the algorithm recommend accurate song recommendations to users, and still leaves the odds of you liking a particular track up to chance. The biggest reason for why Spotify might recommend you bad music is that we're not sure it takes into account the way that genres and definitions change over time. The sound of almost every genre has changed drastically over the decades, even though genres are still called by the same name. You might find that you enjoy pop-punk bands from the years 2008 to 2011 because you like the sounds, chords, and textures associated with that period of the genre. But Spotify might take this information and start recommending more modern pop-punk songs, and you might not like those. Maybe there's more auto-tune, less live guitars, different mixing elements that make the modern version sound totally different than the pop-punk that you like. The real problem with Spotify's methods is probably not even Spotify's fault at all. It's ours. The reality is that there are far too many human factors at play that determine why we like the music we like. Humans aren't mathematical algorithms that can be cracked. Yes, we are predictable to a certain degree, and Spotify's algorithms work perfectly for some. But our emotional connection to music goes far beyond chord progressions, danceability, and time signatures. Songs connect to moments in our lives and even phases of our lives that we are no longer in. You may have been heavy into rock when you were 13 years old, but now you only listen to rap music, but you still have a nostalgic connection to those songs of your youth. Spotify's algorithms can't take those things into account, nor can they understand the reasons why you might like a song that you usually wouldn't. Humans are strange. In the end, Spotify is just a guessing game, just like everything else in life. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like this video, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. We'll see you next time here on Mythical Modern.